Howdy mates, and welcome back to the end. I'm Rob, of course, at Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be attempting some more N'Zoth Warrior. Unfortunately, last time when we played this, we did not do that well. So hopefully, now that we've made, I think we made 1 or 2 changes to the cards at the end of that video, it'll hopefully perform a little bit better than it did. But if not, I've got a whole bunch of other deck guides, or decks I should say, that we've got lined up. I'm really interested in seeing this new Totem Shaman. What else is there? There's the Meme Shaman, and then there's the Evolve Shaman, which I like to call the Pokemon Shaman, because the whole game you're just sitting there evolving your creatures, which is basically what Pokemon do, so we call that the Pokemon Shaman. A lot of cool Shaman decks popping up. We haven't done a Cthulhu Warrior in a while. There's also a Control Warrior variant that I played all the way to Legend that I was hopefully, I wanted to do a deck guide on that Control Warrior, but we received a couple comments saying, hey, you've been playing way too much Control Warrior, play something else. So I might do that. So that's what I've been trying to do, is play a little bit less Control Warrior. Hence the Freeze Mage and whatnot. I think we keep the Infested Tarn, right? Why not? I don't really like the True Heart in this matchup in the opening game. We're playing Priest, sure, keep the True Heart. But against a Rogue, I'm not really sure what kind of Rogue. If he's playing Aggro Rogue, then Infested Tarn's fine. If he's playing, you know, N'Zoth Rogue, Infested Tarn's fine. So it all depends kind of what he's playing. Alright, so nothing to do basically besides to armor up. Unfortunately. This deck doesn't have much to do in the early stages. It plays very much the same as like a Cthulhu or a Control. You just basically wait for your bigger creatures, you play them, and then instead of the win condition of this deck being, of course, Elise, you have N'Zoth. So I'm going to save the coin just because I feel like coining out the 4-drop means nothing. Like, he's just going to be able to deal with it with no problem. So saving the coin for maybe if we like can play Gorehowl on 6 or something. Oh shit, he's playing Mill Rogue. Oh no. Alright, we lose. Oh, we don't lose, but we're overdrawing for sure. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. Hopefully it doesn't mill something really good. What the fuck? That's horrible. That's like the worst thing you could ever mill. Well, either way, I feel like I need to kill that, so I'm going to transform it into something else. Of course, it transforms it into the dinosaur. I was hoping it'd make a 1/1 squirrel, but the thing we transformed is because he can't Shadow Step it back to his hand. And then we'd be overdrawing even more. So every turn, oh gosh, he has another one. Alright, so we won't overdraw one. No, will we? Yeah, we're still going to overdraw one now. Holy shit, this guy has had the dream hand. Just like yesterday, folks. We're just getting, like, dominated. Like, before the game even starts. Like, this game was over when he milled Justicar. But, like, we'll attempt to keep it going. Like, Jesus Christ. We can't double Ravaging. We could... I really don't mind keeping this up. Like, I don't really care if this is alive. We don't need to draw. So I think killing that's fine. Using the block just helps him more than anything. I guess we could have also played the Ravaging Ghoul, but it's fine. I'd rather just armor up. So how many cards? Are 17 to his 23, so we have to beat him, obviously, before it goes to the mill stages. He has 6 Cold Light Oracles in his deck, so this should be interesting. 6 Cold Light Oracles in deck prior to turn 6. That's some good stuff right there. Alright, so he's going to heal himself up and go face. Alright, so probably going to see the Ravaging Ghoul execute, and then followed by probably just an armor up. Barnes is a solid card, but it doesn't really deal with this 5/5, so I guess we'll just go Ravaging Ghoul. Like I said, execute. Try to like limit his mana, like limit the cards in our hand as much as possible. Because if he just cold lights again, we're just gonna draw a whole bunch. Barnes can whip out a Sylvanas in our deck, but that doesn't make a serious impact in this particular matchup. Shiv, okie dokie. We have Karen, but unfortunately it's just going to get sapped, or he's going to use Vanish or something like that, so playing Karen really doesn't do too much. Alright, there's another Cold Light. Gorehal's pretty good, considering it's just value forever. We got N'Zoth, which is pretty good, considering it will resummon creatures, but then he, again, vanishes, which is bad. We're going to mill another card. This is so funny. I'm trying to just think of like what cards we could. I guess we can Revenge. No, not you block. Ghoul. Then Armor Up. That's all we got for now, folks. When Mill, I didn't expect a Mill Rogue. I just really didn't. It's cool that he's playing it, but there's not much we can do in this state. Like, there's nothing we're interacting with on the board like a lot of the other classes. So there's one sap down, which is nice. There's another Cold Light, which means we're overdrawing some more. Here comes a Shadow Step Cold Light again. Oh, no Cold Light. Oh, he's gonna Evis, play maybe another spell too. Okay, oh no, because that was one card. So we're gonna Mill Brawl, Mill War Axe, mill another card. Alright. What can we play a lot of? Nothing really. I mean, we could go Armor Up, Shield Slam. That's 3. That leaves us with 5. Then we go Barnes. Could whip out Hellscream. But shield slamming this just feels really bad. But what option do we have? We just Gorehowl. No, we just gotta use as many cards as we can. Now we're gonna get we're gonna get the Charge Gorehowl, or the Charge Hellscream. Why did I say Charge Gorehowl? I meant Charge Hellscream. I said Charge, you guys knew what I was talking about. And there's Vanish. So Hellscream will actually have normal stats now. So he actually put a Hellscream into my hand. As long as we don't mill a Hellscream, we'll actually have 2 Hellscreams. So that's good. So we actually could do that again. But then we can't kill this. Can we play this in a 2-drop? No. If we play Hellscream, it basically does the same thing as Gorehowl. We could go Ravaging into Taran, into Hero Power. Just try to play in as many cards as we can. We gotta kill off our Death Rattle, so at least we can get some value out of N'Zoth. But the problem is he's pretty far ahead on Fatigue, so we gotta get him down as low as we can. Even with the amazing start he's had, just having Hellscream, unfortunately we can't Hellscream Revenge because he milled a Revenge and we used a Revenge, so it's like Hellscream Revenge would be like a win condition there for 10 damage burst. Alright, so Vanish again. Alright, so we're milling more cards. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, well, if he has to play a card and then Cold Light, and that card he plays can't be an additional draw, or he'll actually mill a card. Alright, so it looks like after this he will play a card. There's our Hellscream, there's our Bash. Oh my god, this is so fun and interactive. Prep. Shadow Step. Oh, Evis. Okay. The reason we're not playing Shield Block is because it just will end up taking more damage from Fatigue than basically any other thing in this matchup. He does his creatures and all this stuff isn't meant to do burst damage by any means. The problem is all our cards in our deck are like pretty sizable mana cost, so it's not like we can we're playing Zoo where we can just keep dumping our hand, right? So if he would have played like a Zoo, he would be in a bit of trouble. So it killed it, which is nice. So we actually can N'Zoth, which will fill up the board. He's already used both Vanishes and both Saps. So I think this is where we lose, though. This is like next turn we basically lose. So I guess we can just try to clear the board as much as possible. but I don't think it's going to be enough. Hey, look, we milled him! 1 card! That's what I'm talking about. But this is where we die. Bran into Cold Light, into draw 4 cards, into GG.
I'm out of cards.
Dude, this was like so fucking boring. That was so dumb. Like, that was awesome. He pulled off the mill combo. Like, that, he played it very well, exactly how he should. He was able to gang up both his Cold Lights before turn 6, like Jesus Christ. And then he got what he needed to succeed. And especially a deck like ours that is very, very slow. Like, that deck will destroy control decks, no problem. Maybe Tempo Mage you might have some trouble with because direct damage spells, right? So if he takes damage, he has no way to heal besides like Earthen Ring Farseers. I was going to say if we played him again, I would just concede. I don't want to play that again. Alright, so against a Hunter, I really don't like any of these cards. Bash is okay, but War Axe is better. So currently on video, we are 0-4 with this deck. Oh. I promise you, it has potential. The Zoth Warrior isn't as bad as it looks, guys. We've been just getting dumped on by the players we're going against. No War Axe. Slamming this feels bad, so we'll just save Ravaging Ghoul. We'll just Ravaging Ghoul next turn. Ravaging Ghoul, like in this matchup, there's not going to be really any huge targets besides, of course, Fiery Bat, Unleash the Hounds, and things of that nature. But if you're playing against a Druid like you've seen us in the past, we kind of hold off Ravaging Ghoul for some of his more explosive turns with Violet Teacher, but as a Hunter, he's not playing, of course, Violet Teacher and stuff. So using Ravaging Ghoul on turn 3 is fine. So we have a 3, a 4, into like a 2 and a hero, unless we draw into like another 3 or another 4. Gorehowl in this matchup is okay, as long as he doesn't run Harrison Jones, and as long as we haven't taken too much damage by turn 7, right? But we have True Heart on 6, which means we're not really hero powering the turn after due to the fact that we do have Gorehowl in our hand. Barnes is a really good draw here. It's better than the Infested. Ooh, that's a good pickup. Because not only does it absorb the weapon hit, it's going to summon a 2/2 on top of that. I was kind of sad that we had the original Infested in our hand, because it's like less likely it pulls out a decent Death Rattle. Because the pulling Infested Tarns are like the best ones, right? Because when we N'Zoth, it's like going to have like a wall of Infested Tarns for him to get through. Which doesn't sound like a lot because you're paying 4 mana for like a 2/3. And essentially the card is pretty bad. But in this deck, because of how slow this deck is and the fact that we can play cards that are not as good, like Infested Tarn, the fact that we can bring them back, and then when we bring them back, they have taunt, so we're not worried about like taking a shit ton of damage when we play N'Zoth, which is the normal problem, because N'Zoth brings back, let's say, Karen and Sylvanas, and those guys don't have taunt. So if you're at a low enough life total, when you drop N'Zoth, even playing N'Zoth, you still lose. Which happens to a lot of Hunters, right? So the Hunters will drop N'Zoth, and they'll bring back like Savannah Highmanes, Huge Toads, Fiery Bats, but they're at like 10 HP, so the following turn they just lose. Alright, so we could drop another Infested Tauren and basically just do nothing, or we could slam this and see what we draw. But I actually just like playing another Infested Tauren. We can actually kill this bear, which I really just don't mind, right? I mean, just takes it out, gets a 2/2 out. We still have a taunt. Following turn, we have Justicar, start armoring up. Following turn is Gorehowl, so we're not armoring up right away, but at least we throw down a 6/3 that he's going to have to deal with somehow, whether it's a quick shot or not. I know this guy has to die. So, slam. No Justicar this turn, folks. Oh, we could actually go ahead and Karen. That's a really good card, considering he has no good way to deal with it. But then he's Savannah Highmanes, and I don't want that shit to have charge. I do not want Savannah Highmane to have charge. So I guess we just make the trade and armor up. I guess Karen would have been okay there. Right? Yeah. Slam might have not been the right choice. I like Karen. Even if he deadly shots, it's still 4-5. It's coin, call the wild, and now we brawl. Ugh. Or we could not brawl. We could go like Hellscream into this, Karen into this. It's really not that bad. He still has a decent amount of damage on the board, so he could theoretically double kill command passive and just go face and win. But we're gonna assume he doesn't, have double kill command in his hand, and we're gonna be able to stabilize soon with what we've got going on. I mean, let's say he doesn't do anything, right? We've got Gorehowl, which is 17. This is almost lethal just with Gorehowl. Not that we're going to do that, but it's still kind of scary for him, right? He sees Hellscream and it only has 4 HP. It's tempting to attack, but Hellscream isn't our win condition. N'Zoth is. And 3 death rattles have already died. We got 3 death rattles have already died. So it's gonna bring back 3 infested Tarns with taunt, which is pretty nice, and that'll happen in 2 turns, which means we should Justic our next turn. Gorehowl's not gonna be huge here. Oh god, another Call of the Wild. He's just gonna go face. Well, this isn't good. Alright, so what's the best way to clear? Alright, so we could go, well, it doesn't really matter what swings into what, right? So we could swing, bash. Well, we can slam this. Or we could slam bash this, kill this, or we just brawl. And just one thing lives. And it could be my thing. But this other way allows us to double bash, brawl, or double bash, and a 7-8.
Maybe.
This only allows us to do 1. I think this is fine. So we'll see if that was enough to hold back the Huntard. He played the best 2 cards in his deck. So if we can just make it past this and live, we should be able to win. See a 7. Oh, we lose again. Holy shit! Can we get a fucking win with this deck? Like, fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, and fucking 5. I don't even want to play it. I don't even want to play this fucking deck. We need to at least get 1 win. Oh my gosh. I promise you this deck is not this bad. We are just getting unfortunate. Like, it's just a ball of unfortunate after ball of unfortunate. Oh my god. This is like me trying to hit legend, basically, is what you're seeing the matches. Like, sometimes we get lucky, right? We play and we win. But most of the time, it's like some bullshit like we've been seeing the past 5 games. It's not necessarily due to some huge misplay. It's just getting fucking steamrolled. It doesn't matter what you play. You just lose. Alright. Against a Shaman. I mean, Slam doesn't necessarily do anything, because Totem Golem has 4 health. Bash is good against the Tunnel Trug. But I mean, Slam and Bash both kill Totem Golem if we use it together. I think we just keep Bash. Yeah. So this was just streaming the some Battlecry Shaman shit. Hey, look, War Axe is in our opening hand. This has got to be a win. This has got to be a win. N'Zoth. I don't know if you guys have heard my theory about this, but anytime we play any 10-drop in any deck, we draw them within the first, I want to say one turn, but it might be like 1 to 2 turns in the game. It's just like this theory I have that if I've got a 10-drop, this game makes me draw it, and we have to deal with it being in our hand for the remainder of the match. So, we play War Axe and we attack the Totem Golem. He's going to attack us next turn, and then we just bash it. If we don't attack the Totem Golem now with the War Axe, what is the worst thing that can happen? We know we're playing it. So if we don't attack, we're still attacking it next turn no matter what. Which means we just attack it. Because we don't want to not attack it and then we're forced to attack it and bash it next turn, which means if we play something else, then we're screwed. Because then we can't attack. So right now he's looking for like a taunt totem. A healing totem is fine. I don't really care about that. What's actually really good for him, right? Because now we can't even Ravaging Ghoul. Ravaging Ghoul would have been awesome. But now we can't even do that. So healing totem, or taunt totem would have been fine too. Anything but this totem. This was actually the worst totem. Fuck. We'll just bash it down. Yeah, the 1/1 totem would have died. The taunt totem wouldn't have stopped Ravaging from killing it. And the spell power totem doesn't do anything either because Ravaging can still kill it. Damn you, totems. Alright, Murgletons. So, of course, any 4-drop next turn is welcomed. Barnes, Infested Tauren. Even a 5-drop is fine. 6-drop is fine. Just anything to play within the next couple turns. Hunter Hero Power is bad for me. Shield Block is good. Horse Rider for us is bad. So this is like a Ravaging Ghoul swing into the Horse Rider turn. We could go like Coin Revenge, clear these two, kill this, but that's just like not okay. Due to the fact that Revenge can deal up to 3 damage later on in the game, so he gets us down past 12, and then we can Revenge Feral Spirits and Tunnel Trogs and all that dies because this will deal 3 damage. Oh, man. There's Feral Spirits. No, Brawl doesn't look that great yet, guys. It's not sizable enough. Bash this. We now have 3 armor. Shield Slam this. We can kill this. I mean, we can even coin Hero Power. Is there merit to this? Sure. Because the best draw we would get next turn is like one of our 6-drops, right? There's no 7-drop or 8-drop that we're looking for that we need to play ASAP. So like Hero Powering now I think is fine. Unless we draw Justicar later. And then let's say we play Justicar on 9 mana and then we would like Hero Power coin into Hero Power. But that would still be the same thing as using Hero Power now. And that's only if we draw Justicar. So Lava Shock to unload for 4. He buffs his little totem up. So now we're going to rip the Justicar, right? Tink Master, not useful right now. That's kind of rough. We're definitely not going to play this right now because it could turn one of his guys into a 5/5, making our situation worse. This guy's good when you're playing against like a Hunter or when your opponent plays like a Sylvanas, right? Because then he transforms it into something else, which means it loses its death rattle, which is why he's in the deck. Because our deck runs no silences, right? The fact that he hasn't played these cards means they're either Rock Biters or spells. So let's make the assumption that he has 10 damage burst from his hand, which means he can push 16 damage currently. So we're just going to pretend like we're not going to die next turn. Which could be, he could like fucking Doomhammer, Rockbiter, and then win. It's so sad. And we're stuck with fucking N'Zoth, Brawl, Revenge. Oh wow, he's doing nothing. I know we could have Hell Screamed, but then we lose to Burst, right? So clearing off his field is utmost important. If he wants to play the 4-drop 7/7, he's probably going to combo that with maybe one small creature, which means we can kill the small creature and hopefully Tankmaster. We're also getting down to the point where Revenge is pretty good. I see a Lightning Bolt onto our Ravaging Ghoul, maybe. If he Feral Spirits, we Brawl. Oh, Rockbiter. Okay, so he had one of the cards, and I'm assuming these two are spells. Let's say he Hero Power, does nothing else, then this is either a Lightning... It wouldn't be a Lightning Bolt, because he would use that over Rockbiter, so this looks like double Lava Burst to me. So if that's double, so he's pushing, you know, that would be, what, how much damage do they do? 5? Yeah, so 5, that's... He currently has 12. So which means if we go and we kill this, this Tunnel Trog, he'll kill us by 1. So if we silence this, he has 14, which means he would be 2 off lethal. If we silence the Tunnel Trog. But killing it's not an option because we can't Hero Power at the same time. We could Brawl, and then maybe the Tunnel Trog lives, or like the Healing Totem. But the Tunnel Trog's going to get boosted with a Lava Burst. Well, we want to use Brawl for when he uses Feral Spirits. Or something that builds up the board more than now. Alright, well, we're just going to hope that we can live. 12, 14, yeah, he's 2 damage off. Depending, of course, what he drew. If he drew like an Abusive or a Lightning Bolt, Flame Juggler, he's 1 off now, even if it goes face. Alright, so now we can Revenge. Use one of your Lava Bursts, man. He's like, should I Lava Burst the 4/2? That is the question. Alright, so we attack into this. We now Revenge. We have to Hero Power. And now do we play the Overspark? Just to put a 3/3 on board? It's like, why not? We need Shield Block for sure. Well, even, it's still lethal, right? Because it's Lava Burst, Hero Power. Yeah. So this is my assumption that the very 2 left cards in his hand are Lava Burst. So we'll see if I'm right. Lava Burst. Lightning Bolt. Rockbiter. Okay, so it was Rockbiter, Lava Burst. Oh my god, 0-6! Fuck this deck, we're done. We're done with this deck. I am not making a N'Zoth Warrior deck. This is... I don't think I've ever played a deck and just have lost every game. Like, I even played this deck not recording to test it, and we played like, I want to say close to 10 games, and we won, I think, 2? So, in actuality, this deck is like 2-16 or some stupid shit like that. So, I thought N'Zoth Warrior would be good, guys, but apparently it's either not good right now, not good, period, or I'm fucking horrible with the deck. So, I'm not going to make shitty decks for you guys to, like, make a deck guide and then just lose with it. Like, there's not much different than this with Control, right? You take out N'Zoth. You take out Karen. Spellbreaker Infested. And that's it. That's the only difference. Even Barnes is sometimes found in Control now. So you take out 4 cards, and it makes or breaks the deck? Nah. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I'm done with it. Fuck you. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next episode. What are we going to be playing? Let's look at here. We can play some Arena N'Zoth, but I'm kind of done with N'Zoth, to be honest. Like, N'Zoth is not being very nice. So, you know what? We're going to play some Meme Shaman. We're playing Meme Shaman. That's what I'm feeling. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next episode, of course. I'm Warshak, and happy whatever the hell day it is.